Hello everyone! I've counted your votes, and the card that you wanted me to talk about most is the Emperor Firuzan.
By the power of Ragnaros, I have the power!
Finally, a card that actually has some story behind it. I can hardly believe it. Let's begin, shall we? Emperor Dagran Thaurissan is the former ruler of the Dark Iron clan, and the history of the clan is that once upon a time, many years ago, all three dwarven clans, Dark Iron, Bronzebeard and Wildhammer, all lived together within Ironforge under the rule of High King Modemus Envelmar. Envelmar passed away of old age though, and the three clans got in a war with each other over who would rule Ironforge. In the end of that civil war, it was the Bronzebeard clan that claimed victory, and they kicked the other two clans out of their mountain. The Wildhammers moved away and built Grimbatol, while the Dark Irons, they moved to the Red Ridge Mountains and built a city called Firuzan, named after the leader who Dagran is the descendant of. Despite the years being good to all three clans, the Dark Irons could not swallow their defeat, and Firuzan, together with his wife Modgut, they plotted for revenge. He led an attack on the Bronzebeards in Ironforge, while his wife led an assault on the Wildhammers in Grimbatol. Both battles were lost, with Modgut actually being killed, while Firuzan was pushed back. The Bronzebeards teamed up with the Wildhammers, and they were planning to march upon the Dark Irons and finish this once and for all, but before they could, Firuzan did the work for them. He tried to summon a supernatural minion that would ensure his victory. He called upon the ancient powers sleeping beneath the world, but to his shock, and ultimately his doom, the creature that emerged was more terrible than any nightmare he could have imagined.
By fire be purged!
Ragnaros the Firelord had been summoned from the Firelands into Azeroth, and his entering of the world seared the land and created the massive volcano we now call Blackrock Spire or Blackrock Mountain. Firuzan was killed by the forces he had unleashed, but those Dark Iron dwarfs that survived Ragnaros entering the world, they were enslaved by him and his elementals. The Bronzebeard and the Wildhammers, they turned the armies around, they saw the devastation, they were not willing to go anywhere near the wrath of Ragnaros, and many years later, Dagran Thaurissan entered the story. This means that the card description used in Hearthstone is actually wrong, since the description says his second greatest regret is summoning an evil Fire Lord who enslaved his entire people. Even the Black Dragon Nefarian has it wrong.
Emperor Thaurissan summoned Ragnaros into this world. Please, destroy him.
Now we're not sure what his first greatest regret is, but he was not the one who summoned the Fire Lord, he's the descendant of the one who did. It's certain that it's not him, because the art used for the card is the same used for the enemy that you fight during the Blackrock Mountain adventure. In that battle, we see Moira Bronzebeard, and if you kill her, if you kill Firuzan's wife, he will smite you down.
No! Moira! You will pay! Die!
Now the story behind all of that is that Dagran had his people kidnap Moira Bronzebeard, the daughter of MacLeod Bronzebeard, at the time leader of the Bronzebeard clan. Her father always believed that Dagran used some sort of magic on her, but in truth, Moira fell in love with Dagran because he showed her kindness and the respect that her father never gave her for simply being a woman. She even became pregnant with Dagran's child, but her father sent adventurers into Blackrock Mountain to slay Dagran and save his daughter. Moira was devastated about losing her husband, and when her father, just before the cataclysm turned into a crystal, she returned home to claim leadership of Ironforge. This eventually resulted in the formation of the Council of Three Hammers, in which the three different clans, Bronzebeard, Dark Iron and Wildhammer, were all represented. Moira is currently working hard to prove that the Dark Iron dwarfs can be trusted, and she's carving out a future for her son.
In time, my son shall rule the Dark Irons, and perhaps all Ironforge as well.
And that's the story behind Dagran Thaurissan, even though his legacy still lives on. On a final note, his quote when he enters the battle, that's a reference to He-Man's catchphrase.
By the power of Grayskull!
As always, I'll leave it up to you guys and girls to decide what card we're going to talk about next. So leave your suggestions in the comments down below, and who knows, your card might be used in the next video. Subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and until next time guys, see ya!